Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. I really don't like The Root, or try to look at articles from The Root after all they've done. And like I said, I warned them in a video when I was talking about Johnson Company Publishing that if they do continue to do dumb articles or insulting articles, that they should end up in the same boat as Emily and Jet. But I couldn't ignore this article from Jason Johnson that says, "Attention black people, it's your fault should Donald Trump get reelected in 2020. And I know this is desperation from the Demon Rats Party. Now you know who I mean by the Demon Rats. Of course, it's the Democrats, but I got a new name for them: the Demon Rats. See, because the black people, some black people, are starting to realize that the Demon Rats Party are just as troubled as the Republicansman Party. So, they want to ignore the fact that nearly 80% of white males and 52 to 60% of white women were the actual reason why Trump got elected. And what some people say, Russia. But as you know, a lot of black people didn't vote in 2016 or even in 2018 last year, because they can't trust a lot of the antics of the Democrat Party no more. I mean, you get Colonel Sanders, who's like 100-something years old. He, instead of trying to go to a home and just sit down somewhere, he's trying to go into the White House. Kamala Harris. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Bernie Sanders doesn't support reparations. Yet he supported reparations for his people, because yes, Bernie Sanders is Jewish. But I say he might as well call himself Colonel Sanders, because he's old, because they got one thing in common. They're both old, have Sanders as the last name, and has something to do with black people in a negative light. You have Kamala Harris. She's just ridiculous. Former prosecutor. She got her career in politics by messing around with the mayor of San Francisco. Then, as a prosecutor, jailed parents of kids who skipped school and didn't give Oscar Grant any justice. You got Cory Booker. He's also against reparation, and he's just trying to become Obama 2.0. He wants to do things for immigrants, but nothing for ADOS. Then you got freaking Mr. Grabby Grab, Joe Biden. And you know there's a reason why I call him Grabby Grab. He was the former vice president when Obama was the president. He also was him and Bernie Sanders helped influence the signing of the crime bill that got a lot of black people hemmed up, but yet want to make things a health issue when it comes to the opioid crisis. I forgot to mention, let's go back to Cory Booker, or I say Corny Booker. They're trying to play this thing of him dating the actress Rosario Dawson, because people have been making rumors about him about being a closet homo and stuff like that. I'm talking about Cory Booker. And speaking of homo, I just did a video on that Peter Buddha Butt, whatever, because it has butt in his name, butt face, whatever. He has secret tape. There's been secret tapes involving cops saying negatory racial things, and not to mention he got the black chief fired, and it angered a bunch of activists. So I think the black chief wanted to expose the racism. He's the current mayor of some town in Indiana. But yet, so basically you really have no candidate in the Demon Rat party that is suitable for black in the interest of black people, of black Americans, of ADOS. And yet, you have this article blaming black people, saying that they're talking about people already blaming black people if Trump gets reelected. Well, let me ask whoever is blaming black people for an election that has not happened yet one question. What are the Democrats doing? Because for the past few years, majority of them have done nothing. We know about the Republicans. But what has the Democrats really been doing for us? Let's read this. Yes, I'm going to read this. I know it's from The Root. I can't trust The Root. A lot of people don't trust The Root. But I'm reading this because there's a serious issue involving this that needs to be addressed. I have made an amazing discovery over the course of 2019 that has never occurred to, despite voting in elections for years. I am the most powerful person in the American electorate. Me, only me, or at least I think so. I come to this conclusion after months and months on Twitter and other social media where I am constantly told that I will be responsible for Donald Trump getting reelected in 2020. Why does this individual think that it will be Donald Trump, that the reason why Donald Trump gets reelected in 2020? First of all, wasn't black people in 2016 the race of people that voted for Donald Trump the least? And despite that we did not like Hillary Clinton, she still got most of our votes. Same did Bernie Sanders during the primary of that year as well. Or at least got some of the black vote. And Jill Stein did too. Donald Trump didn't really get that many votes. The black people that voted for Trump are your particular Sambos and sellouts like your Candace Owens, your Brandon Tatums, your ABL, your Diamond and Silk, and a lot of those, your Jesse Lee Peterson, or should I say Jesse Lee Peonson, and all those cats. So that's about between 6 to 18% of the black community in America that did voted in 2016. So the rest mostly went Democrat, non-affiliate, independent, or did not vote at all. However, like I said earlier, 80 to almost 85 to 90% of white people voted for Donald Trump, including, here's the kicker, 60% of white females. Donald Trump went and said all kinds of negatory stuff about women, including even women from his own race, white women. And then there was that Hollywood Access tape, and still white women went to Trump. The people that the Democrats have been pandering for the past couple of years, the Hispanic community, because they're trying to help illegal immigrants, the majority of them happen to be Hispanic, because it's the southern border with the biggest effect. Did you know that more Hispanics voted for Trump than black people? I know it's not being said in this article, but I just wanted to bring that up. I think it was between 18 to 30% of Hispanics, including white Hispanics, being the highest number of Hispanics to vote for Donald Trump, while a majority of brown and black Hispanics went for the Democrats, the independents, or non-affiliated, or didn't vote at all. Although there were some that did voted for Trump, but not as many. So yeah, when it came to Hispanics, it was mostly them lighter skinned to white Hispanics that voted for Trump. Now anyway, now we're going back to this article. I know this could be a long video, but we're going to go back to this article. So I think this is from Jason Johnson himself saying all these. Now I'll be fair. Perhaps it isn't me as Jason Johnson. It's me as a black person. And particularly me as a black person who has the audacity to question Democratic candidates for 2020 instead of fawning all over the flavor of the month. Well, as the black community, as black people, including myself, we should question the Democrats, the Demon Rat Party, because they have done everything for every other group but black people, especially black Americans, black descendants of slaves, of American black slaves, of black victims of Jim Crow. We are descendants of those people. And if the Democrat Party is going to continue to neglect us, to not do anything for us, then why should we continue to be loyal to the Democratic Party? I'm not saying we should go vote for Trump. Alright? Because I despise the Republicans, the current status of the Republicansman Party. I despise Donald Trump. I do not want our community to ever vote for Trump under any circumstances. Unless, of course, he decides to not be racist no more, which won't happen. He will always be racist. He is not going to do anything for the black community. But like I said before, what is the Democrats going to do for us? Are they going to get us reparations? Are they going to get us land, 40 acres and mule? Are they going to get us, you see, the black people that do want to immediately be in favor of voting for these people, regardless of them, is these Boule people. But back to the article. Apparently, the other ungrateful black folks, my ilk, okay, now you're calling us ungrateful. Okay, what do you mean we are ungrateful? No, the Democrats have never appreciated the black vote. Okay, Jason Johnson? The Democratic Party never, and I mean never, appreciated the black vote. We voted highly. We are the most loyal voters of the Democratic Party, especially black women, and got nothing out of it. Yes, me as a black man saying that the highest loyal voting bloc of the black community is black women. There is statistics that prove that. But still, they and us as black men and as a part of the black community in general have gotten nothing out of it. And then they and you want to turn around and say we are ungrateful? Pathetic. Alright, back to this. By merely questioning the policies or electable white liberals, yes, we are going to question white, because we know the conservatives are bad, but you know what? So are some of these liberals. The liberals are no favor to black people either. The liberals hide their racism. The conservatives, they show their racism. The liberals, especially the white liberals, they hide their racism. White liberal favorites like Bernie Sanders, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, the person I talked about in the previous video, and yes, even Senator Kamala Harris. Oh, we really destroyed her, but now we need to destroy Bernie Sanders. Mr. I don't needs to go to a freaking home, Bernie Sanders. Mr. I don't believe in giving black people reparations. And we need to show this, and then we need to destroy this mayor that wants to hide secret tapes of racist cops, Mr. Peter Buttman, are going to get Donald Trump reelected in 2020. And you know what? So be it. If Donald Trump gets reelected, it ain't gonna be just black people's fault. Or it won't be black people's fault. And if the Demon Rat Party is not gonna do anything for us, then the Democrats do not deserve our vote. Alright. Who knew we were that powerful? Or maybe, just maybe, America's white Democrats are telling on themselves again. The Democrat Party has a very funny relationship with the African American community. I know this is a long video. Might be a 20 or something minute video, but this needs to be talked about. They can't even get elected mayor, governor, or president, let alone dog catcher, without 90% of the black support in massive turnout. Well, too bad for the Demon Rat Party. See, this shows you right here that we can become a very powerful voting bloc. Nothing gets through unless, of course, the black people say something. That's what power is. See, the Democrats realize they need us more than we need them. Yet rather than come with the specific policies that target black needs, they spend time chastising and yes, emulating theatrical black voters to get in line with whatever that favorite party candidates is. And that's why more black people are starting to turn away from the Democrat Party, because they do not want to give us policies, or should I say tangibles. They don't want to give us any kind of policies. They do not want to make us, the Demon Rat Parties don't want to make us a protected class citizens. They do not want to give us tangibles, and that is why more of us will continue to stop voting for the Democratic Party and get to the point where we may even need to create our own party or anything to teach these demon rats a lesson. The Democratic Party has betrayed the black community. But then again, I don't think the black community, I don't think the demon rat party was ever on our side. Remember, it was their party that created the KKK, not the Republicans. It was the Republicans that actually, and it was the Republicans that were in power when we were, quote unquote, so-called free. Although today's Republicans have now decided to become the Klansmen. I think they're both Klansmen. And this woman gets it right here. Don't forget, white women voted for Trump. That's right, 60%, 53%, 60 at highest of white women did not go for Hillary Clinton. They went for Donald Trump, despite of what Donald Trump said about women. And despite that the fact that he has been accused of rape, and despite the fact that Donald Trump had that Hollywood Access incident, they still, 60% of white women still voted for Trump. So no, you do not have the right to blame black people for Trump being elected in the first place, and you're not going to put the blame on black people for it if he does get reelected. Because I remember Hispanics voted for him higher than black people. And let's not forget, I thought white people were the majority of this country. Would that mean that they had the highest voting bloc if they're the majority of the country? Well, that tells you something about what this country feels about black voters, who they claim don't get in line. Maybe the Black Democrat Party is the party, not black people. Maybe it's what the Democratic Party is doing. It's what's getting Trump reelected, not black people. Black people want policies that's going to help the black community. That's going to get us reparations. That's going to get us land. That's going to get us policies that's going to help rebuild our community, that this government entirely has helped destroyed. If y'all can stomach this the root, then I'll leave the link to the article so you can see for yourself. I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. I know this is a long video, but I want to know what you think in the comment section. The Democrats don't need our vote. Neither does the Republicans. I bet you our biggest move could be that we all just don't vote. If neither of these parties don't get it together and do something for black people, give us tangibles, then we don't need to vote at all. Let the parties deal with them themselves if they don't want to help black people. But that's all I have to say. Now we can go to the local elections, because the local elections, they actually do more for the community than the presidential election. But that's just me. But that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for your time, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.